Communication is your superpower. Learning to have better conversations, learning to express yourself, learning to explain things, and listen. These are your superpowers for success, for relationships, for life. It's what we're good at. It's what we are. We are meant to communicate. We are meant to connect. It's just our nature. Now, what I'm going to do for you is tell you what I did on my journey, give you some tips, and go deeper into some concepts that help me understand how to speak better and that helped me get to where I am today. So, first and foremost, you have to communicate with purpose. Too many of us, we don't talk about nothing. We literally don't talk about nothing. It's always what you doing, where you at, how's it going. Like those things are cool. Small talk is cool, but you're not working towards anything. You want to go on a date with a person, but you keep asking them what are they doing every 5 minutes. Why are you not asking for availability? Why didn't you ask what do they like to do for fun? What kind of things they like to do, when they were chilling out, when they don't want to go out? What kind of things do they like to eat? You have to ask these questions that you can actually put purpose and intention to. If you simply want to just have a conversation with somebody, you can just talk about anything. If you simply want to say hello to somebody, hello, mission complete. Purpose and intention changes everything. Think about it like this. If I told you, can you buy me some clothes? And you're like, what kind of clothes? What do you need them for? Well, I'm going on a trip. Where's the trip? I'm going to Florida. I want to go to the beach and go fishing. Well, you're probably going to get me some shorts, some light shirts, you know what I'm saying? Some little button-down beach shirts, things like that. And then in another conversation, I told you I was going to Canada in the winter. You would probably get me some thicker clothing, something with some wool, a little size, a little heat to it, because purpose and intention changes everything. So if you think your conversations are not good enough, if you think your communication skills aren't good enough, are you moving with purpose? That's where you should start at first. Now, when it comes to actually conversating or conversing, right, the proper word, the best thing you can do is listen and ask why. Now, you don't have to just sit there and say why. There's different ways to ask why, but it's all the same thing. And in the spiritual world, right, why stands for what hurt you or what happened, yo. You know what I'm saying? It gets deeper. It gets deeper. So somebody says, right now I don't feel like being in a relationship. I just want to be single. Why? Well, I don't really have the time and the energy. I don't feel like I can maintain a healthy relationship. Is there any reason for that? It just keeps getting deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. But understand, right? When you're having these conversations, you have to understand the concept of time and space. I like to think of things like this. Everything is connected. But conversations are just like anything else. There's a certain currency. There's a certain limit to things. Inside of this limit, there's listening and speaking. Okay? You're going to meet some people, they don't listen. It's just not in their nature. Use that to your advantage. Ask them a lot of questions. Make them feel like they are the movie star. Make them feel like they are the most interesting person. Cater to their needs. I'm not telling you to be a pushover and never talk and voice your opinion. I'm telling you to understand what type of time it is, what type of space it is. And also understand, everybody in a conversation with, that don't mean you have to be with them. That don't mean you have to be business partner with them. Just be able to be aware and make judgments. So inside of this bubble, this person likes to talk entirely too much. Cool. Let them talk. Let them yap. You asking them questions, you telling them just enough. At the end of the conversation, they're like, man, I really like you. Like, you make me feel good. That's how they're going to feel. Right? Now, imagine if you take that same person and you clash with them and you try to talk as much as they are. They're going to cut you off. You're going to cut them off. There's not going to be enough room to work. Then there's somebody else. They don't talk a lot. That's when you have to take over. You have to say the right things and ask the right questions to make them actually go deeper. And if they don't go deeper, make them go deeper. And if they don't, then they don't want to talk to you. And it's just that simple. If you're like, where are you from? Oh, I'm from the United States. Okay, now you're going to move on. What's your favorite color? Red. You're going to move on. What's your favorite food? No. Where are you from? I'm from the United States. What part of the United States? Well, I'm from X, Y, and Z. How is life in X, Y, and Z? What's your favorite part about X, Y, and Z? Would you move out of X, Y, and Z? Is there any other place you would like? Go deeper. Ask why. Move with purpose. You're curious. You want to know more about this person. You want this person to open up more. But you keep skating over all these topics. You keep skating over all this ice. Go down under. Go down under. It's going to take some practice. It's going to take a little awareness, but you can do it. Now, to make people more intrigued in speaking to you, cater to their needs. Like I just said, some people want to listen more. Some people want to talk more. Cater to those needs. Also find out the things that interest them. I like to throw pings. You throw all these little things out there. I like to say random stuff. I call it mental Tourette's. I say all these random things, and anybody who has a conversation with me outside of something intellectual and like this, they'll tell you I say a bunch of random stuff. Why? Because certain people catch certain things and they're like, ooh, I like that. I might just blurt out Alfredo. And they're like, oh my God, I love Alfredo. Boom. Uh-oh. Now we got something. And me just doing all these things, it helps me find all these little things that people like. It's just something I do. But getting back to a solid point, one of the things you can do is get really good at telling stories. Because even if a person talks too much, even if a person is not that good at listening, people just love stories. It's the reason why we listen to music. It's the reason why we watch movies. Tell stories. It's so easy to tell stories after you tell many of them, right? And when you learn how to set up stories, you learn how to change your voice and change the tonalities and make things more interesting so everything is not just like this. Imagine if you opened a movie or you opened a book or you're watching a movie and everything was just like this, and it's like, oh my God, you killed my mom. I'm extremely upset, and I'm gonna spend an hour and 30 minutes chasing you down and avenging my family. Like, nobody's gonna watch that. There has to be ups and downs and highs and lows, just like water, just like the tide. You gotta come in and out. If everything is going one way, there's no difference. Nobody's gonna want to watch that. Nobody's gonna want to listen to you. Nobody's gonna want to have a conversation with you. So get good at telling stories. For example, let's say I want to tell a story. I want to tell a little spooky story. I'm going to cater it to you, though. I'm not just going to keep talking about me. I'm going to make sure you're listening. I'm going to make sure you're here. So one day I was driving down the road. As a matter of fact, we got to set that up even better. You want to know what's crazy, right? You want to hear a crazy story? So one time I was driving down the road. It was about 11:30 at night. It was cold as hell. Cold as hell. You know how you driving down the road, it's cold, you're getting goosebumps, and like you got the heater on, but it's just not working right. It's just not working right. So, like I said, I'm driving down the road. It's like 11:30 at night, and I see somebody on the side of the road. Now, you know me. I ain't really keen on just picking anybody up, but at the same time, it was a child. You know what I'm saying? You would feel bad, right? I'm including you, right? You would feel bad, right? So I stopped. Pick the child up. I'm like, yo, where you need to go? You live close by? Like, well, I live right up the road. It's like, all right, well, come on, I'll get in. I'm not just gonna leave you out here. You're a kid. So I go right down the road, turn in this little driveway. I'm like, this your house, right? And the kid was like, can you just drive back out of the driveway and just keep going down this road? It's right up here. You're like, all right. So I pull out of the driveway. I'm going up the road. And I see lights instantly. I'm like, what the hell? And these lights are not slowing down. If you have a perception of depth and distance, you can tell when somebody behind you is slowing down. Keep in mind, it's at night. So the lights come up, but they're getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Now, I'm at a stop sign. There's not that much room left. And I'm not finna get hit. So I'm like, what the hell is that? The kids start looking all evil. It's like, we got you. It was a setup. I got set up. So here I am with a damn kid in the car with me. And I'm fighting this kid off, right? This kid is pulling on my arm, trying to get me to crash. Whoever the hell is in the car behind me is trying to kill me as well. So what do? I'm going down the highway. I'm doing 70. I'm doing 80. I'm doing 90. But this is not a straight highway. This is one of those highways with the S-turns. You know how you're in the car and you come up on a curve and it's a little bit too sharp and you touch on them brakes and you trying to brace your body? Yeah, one of those roads. So I'm doing 70, 80, 90 on them. So it's me going from 70, hitting the brakes, going down to 20, getting around the curve, getting back up to 70, 80, 90, slowing down. I'm scared out of my mind, but there's so much adrenaline running in my body. I'm just ramped up. Now at this point, everything is getting so intense. The kid over here is acting nuts. The kid is scared because the kid helped orchestrate this setup, but it's still a kid. You understand what I'm saying? So whoever was in the car behind me is trying to ram me and hit me off the road. So I go down the road a little piece. They come around me, swing the car sideways like some Fast and Furious stuff, right? I'm like, what the hell is this? They shine a light in my face. Get on the intercom. Stop the car now. I'm like, what in the hell? Is this a police officer? What is actually going on? I ain't buying it. I put that thing in D and drive and take straight back off. The car came right up beside me. We're going down the highway, 60, 70 miles an hour. Boom, boom, trying to hit me off the road. Go around me, hit that Fast and Furious thing again, sideways. I said, stop the car. I'm not going for it. I go back down the highway. So they come around me and they get ready to do that thing again. And I turn the car, slow down, turn the car. I go back down the highway, take me a little back road, turn the lights off. And I'm like, I got away. I did not get away. That car followed me down that road. I went into a yard, I made a maneuver, and I came out, and I'm on a gravel road, and I'm scooting, and I'm sliding, and I'm scooting, but I'm going. And all at once, boom, I feel the car just come from under me. You know how you can feel a car planted to the road? You know what I'm saying? Like you can feel that you're on the road. That car came from up under me, and I felt myself in the air. Boom! I landed in the ditch. The door popped open, but it jammed. I hear somebody get out of the car, stop the car, get out, and start running. I was able to break open the door just enough to get out and start running. All I hear is yelling and screaming, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna get you, I'm gonna kill you, you can't get away. And I'm just running. I'm just running as fast as I don't even know where I'm going. I'm just running. I'm just running. I'm just running. Now here I am. It's cold as hell. It's midnight. It's raining. I'm hearing stuff in the woods. I'm hearing people scream. I'm hearing people howl. You can hear my car just like it's messed up. Total. You can hear all that. And there I am alone in the woods, cold as hell. The grass was wet because it was raining. The trees was wet because it was raining. Here I am. I'm wet, cold, shivering in the middle of the night. In the middle of nowhere. I don't even know where I am. Now I'm sitting here thinking to myself, what in the hell just happened? So I go. I don't have my phone. I try to creep back to the car, and I did. Snuck up the hill, crawled, tried to open the front door, couldn't open it, it was jammed. Opened the back door, didn't see my phone. Tried to open the front door again, there we go! Took off again. Now also understand, in the midst of all this happening, I had a hip injury from football. Every time I run, all I hear is now I don't feel it because I'm off so much adrenaline. I don't feel it, but I feel it. It's not hurting, but I feel it. So I run up and down this road trying to get my phone so I can contact somebody, but I couldn't. It was gone. So I finally walked down this long lane. It was dark as hell. I couldn't see anything. I walked down it and I sit there at a far enough distance where I could see everything on the road, but nobody could see me. Even if they shine lights, they couldn't see me. I was sitting in wet, tall grass under a pine tree. And I sat there just like, man, this is one of the worst dreams I have ever had. And I lay against this big tree and I go to sleep. And then I wake up, I was like, man, that was a terrible dream. I reached down and I put my hands, on my bed to get up. I said, damn, that was a terrible dream. But I realized my hands weren't on the bed. My hands were on acorns. My hands were on sticks. My hands were on leaves and sticker browse. It wasn't a dream. It was real life. Now that's actually a true story. That is actually a true story. That actually happened to me. One of my last years of high school. It messed me up for a pretty long while. Now, if you weren't intrigued by that story, if you're still not watching, I need to do better. I can go back, I can watch this video, I can analyze and I could see where I messed up. But I think it was a pretty good story, because I tell a lot of stories, even about the most minute things. And when I'm practicing, I will emphasize the smallest things to make myself get better at telling stories, because to tell stories, you have to include people to make them feel heard, to make them feel welcome, to make them feel valued and appreciated. You have to use sound effects. You have to use different tonalities. You have to change it up. You have to get it quiet. You have to get it loud. You have to do all these things to communicate how you felt. What did it smell like? What did it feel like? What did it look like? You have to go into depth. You are constantly asking yourself the question why by explaining things and explaining things and explaining things. Because in their head, they're thinking, why did that happen? Where were you? How did it happen? You are just asking why, and why. You are going deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And there's purpose. There's purpose in it all. You wanted to tell a story. You wanted to break the silence, or they said something and it triggered this story. You know what that reminded me of? About the time I did this. And when you're vulnerable and when you open up to people, it makes them open up to you too. If I got on here and I didn't tell y'all all the truths about myself, you wouldn't listen to me. There would be no value in it because I don't tell you anything. That's why those robotic accounts that just say, do this and do that, and step 1 and step 2, they don't have fans. They may have a few subscribers. Some of them are successful. They have subscribers, but there's no connection. They're not being vulnerable. They're not sharing anything. My stories are real. My experience is real. What I go through is what I speak about. What I speak about is what I've went through and what I'm going through. There's a connection to it. That's why my videos feel like conversations, because I'm hitting all the points. Why, where, how? What does it look like? What does it feel like? Did I go through it? You're going through it. I make you feel heard. I make you feel welcome. I make you feel like you're talking to a human. It's not what's up, YouTube. I'm talking to you. Even in YouTube is telling you the most important part of a conversation. You. And for you, it will be you to the next person, and you to the next person, and you to the next person. But you are also important too. And it's just that simple. Now, to actually have something that you can do, I guess, to take away from this video, read more. Read more books. Read more people. Speak more. Read your books out loud. Speak out loud. Read the things that you write out loud. Talk to people more. Do it all. Read more, write more, and speak more. Use your voice. Practice. I have all these videos. This is all practice to help me communicate better. Try to use less words. Instead of going on these tangents and rambling about a bunch of things, try to cut that in half. How could I sum this video up in 10 words? Read, speak, and write more. Listen more than you speak. That would be 11, but you get the point. You understand what I'm saying? Learn how to cut out all that fluff. Learn when to speak. Learn when not to speak. Learn to speak with purpose. Every conversation you go into, think about why am I doing this? All right, you see somebody in the store. I want to speak to this person. Why? I just want them to feel good. Just want to have a little interaction. Hey, good morning. How you doing? I'm doing fine. How you doing? Mission complete. I want to know where this person got this jacket from. Hey, how are you doing? Oh, I'm doing fine. How are you? All is well. I just wanted to ask you, where did you get the jacket from? Oh, I got it from Amazon. Mission complete. I want to take this person on a date. It's going to be a little more difficult. Simple. Hey, how are you doing? What's your name? Are you from around here? What do you like to do for fun? I'll be free on Thursday and Friday and Saturday. I would love to take you out on a date if you're down. There's ways you go about all these situations, because the purpose and the intention changes everything. I hope that helped you. I hope that cleared a little air, because I know how it is, man. It's hard. It's hard to have conversations in this day and age. A lot of people are not interested. A lot of people's brains are fried, but there's people out there that want to have conversations, and you will find them. And those conversations are priceless. But those same people that you'll have these great deep conversations with, you'll be talking to them about lettuce and tomatoes one day. Do you like lettuce, and do you like tomato? Do you like Kool-Aid? Like, it's just gonna be all types of stupid stuff. It's not stupid, but we'd be putting too much pressure on it. So I hope this video helped. It's just raw knowledge, raw advice. I'm not gonna sauce it up and make it all pretty. This is just what it is. So I love y'all. Y'all take care of yourselves, and I'm about to chill out.